to see you on the screen, or?
I want to just see what the customer would.
Okay, go.
Okay. Hi, this is John Mason, president of Shenango Brokers, and I want to thank you for attending our webinar, Killing It in Commercial Auto in an Ultra Tough Market. What we're going to talk about today, we're going to learn about what's going on in the commercial auto marketplace. We're going to show you how you can take advantage of the opportunity that's out there, as well as save your renewals, write some new business. I know that's getting tough to do with commercial auto, particularly if it has to be monoline or separated from the package for some reason. And we're going to show you how to get your applications through quickly and efficiently and at the best price. And a lot of times be able to get them back in an hour. I like to make this business fun, so hopefully we can have a little fun during the webinar, learn about the commercial auto product and put more money in your pocket. We're going to learn how to be able to place fleets, and we do write non-fleet as well. Fleets of contractors, wholesalers, independent distributors. When I talk about independent distributors, I'm talking about franchise bread trucks like Entenmann's and Freihoffer's, snacks at the potato chip and the Dorito companies, meat, beverage, and even tool distributors like Matco and Mac Tools. I think there's even a program for companies such as ServPro with this deviation. Plus, if you stick with us to the end, you're going to get some freebies. Everybody loves the free stuff, and this free stuff will put more money in your pocket. So if you have any questions as we go along, type them into the chat box. We will get to as many of the questions as we possibly can. We have a lot of people on the line today. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy day. I want to tell you I personally appreciate that. But in any case, type them into the chat box. We'll answer as many of them as we can during the webinar. We will also be sending out a recording of the webinar tomorrow to everybody who attended. And we will email you or call you, depending on your preference, with the answer to your question. But please type in your question, your email address, and the state. Now, when I say the state, we do business in 22 states, and I realize many of you do business in multiple states. So if you've got a state-specific question, put whatever states that you need. Speaking of states, if you're wondering if we do business in your state, on our website at shenangobrokers.com, there's an interactive map that we keep pretty up to date. If you click on your state, you will see the map that pops up and gives you a list of the carriers that we offer in your state. In New York, it's split into 2 different states because the markets are different in up and down state New York. So we will get to as many of you as we possibly can. And let me tell you a little bit about Shenango Brokers. We've been around a while. We were started in 1972 by an insurance company called Shenango Mutual Insurance Company. They were a rural upstate New York regional company who primarily wrote farms and rural property. But their agents didn't have any markets for auto and commercial. Their typical agent was a part-time farmer, part-time insurance agent, and so that he could get benefits, he was a part-time school bus driver. So their business was pretty rural. We had a partnership going with them for a couple of years. We were placing business for them through a retail agency I owned at the time. And when they got ready to sell Shenango Brokers in 1999, they came to us. We purchased it. We have grown the company now. We're in 22 states. We are definitely willing to go into other states where it makes good business sense for our carriers and for ourselves and for you. We see this as a partnership. I've been around this insurance industry water cooler a long time. I've been in the industry since 1988, 32 years. Wow. I've been a small town retail agent. I've been a big city retail agent. I've been a wholesaler. Spoken on insurance and marketing and agency management, and here to help. We like to have a good relationship with our agents. I am strictly a wholesaler now. I'm happy to help you make more money, put more money in your pocket, and this is one of the ways that we can do it. So, the state of the commercial auto market is not good. First of all, we are not a market for long-haul trucking, but there's many segments to the commercial auto market. What we're looking for are non-trucking, with certain exceptions, because we can help you in certain segments. We're seeing carriers are reducing, restricting, non-renewing classes of business. Recently, NatGen reduced eligible classes. They capped maximum liability at $250, $500, $100 for many classes. During 2019 and going into 2020, AmTrust non-renewed all monoline commercial auto. Direct carriers are getting much more aggressive in their marketing to consumers. Progressive, who sells through multiple channels and is your agency partner, will sell premium at much lower rates than through independent agency channel. Meanwhile, the rates that you're selling seem to be getting, well, progressively higher. Very recently, MetLife has announced a decision to withdraw from the commercial insurance marketplace. That is going to leave a big gap in the marketplace. A lot of agents took their AmTrust business as it was non-renewed, and they rolled a lot of it into MetLife. They're a fantastic company, MetLife. We represent them ourselves. We've got business to move too. And so now that business has got to be moved again. So the magic day is upon us. And that magic day is April 1st. What is April 1st? Well, first of all, it is my granddaughter's 5th birthday, a very important day in our family's life. But anyway, it is also April Fool's Day. And it's the day that MetLife is going to stop accepting new business quotes for commercial lines. And April Fool's Day is no joke this year for commercial business. And then there's another important day. It's May Day. We all know that silly little poem that talks about something that goes on after the 1st of May. We also know that it's May Day. And maybe it's going to be May Day for commercial auto. This will be the last day, or this will be the day that Met stops accepting new business for commercial lines. Right at the start of many of your contractors' clients' busy seasons. The last thing they're going to want to be dealing with is whatever may be happening and trying to replace or get new insurance if they're in that situation where they need to change insurance this year. We can help you. Start looking for other markets now before your clients do it on their own. I've got one I can help you with, and this is coming right down the pike. March 1st is less than a month, or April 1st is less than a month away, and May 1st is just a few short weeks away as well. Now, what's gone on in the marketplace that's caused this? Been huge increases in large single plaintiff claims over the last 5 years, sometimes upwards of $30 to $40 million in damages. 5 years ago, those numbers were in the $10 million range. There's an increase in logistics and transportation, demands due to online shopping, and a demand for more goods, just overall business. I mean, commerce is busy right now. Written premium has increased significantly, and there are more vehicles overall on the road, and that is leading to more accidents. Auto liability is a casualty loss leader for commercial insurers, and the corrective pricing action over the past 3 years has not yet overcome deteriorating result loss costs. Insureds should expect continued upward rate pressure, and we're seeing it. This is from a very reliable source a couple of years ago, a little over a year ago. And every time I pick up any kind of industry rag sheet, I'm seeing more and more documentation of carriers exiting the marketplaces, underwriting losses, et cetera. I happen to have a company who wants all the monoline commercial auto that they can get in the classes that they seek to do business in. So what choices do you have? If you've got markets, congratulations, use them. And we do understand as a wholesaler that you go to your primary markets first. We get that. Your other choice is refer it out. If you know somebody's writing monoline commercial auto and you just don't want it or don't want to make money, that's not how I run my business, but you can do that. Or I have an option for you. As a wholesaler, you can place the business with us, earn a healthy commission. By the way, our commissions are listed on our website under our Become a Shenango Broker page. Along with our broker agreement, you'll find the commissions. But you get a fair commission, and you've transferred that risk to my loss ratio, which could actually result in more profits for your agency next year contingency time. So, how do we help you? We have AM Best A-rated carriers that can help with these markets. Now, we do have a national carrier who is looking for monoline commercial auto. We have carriers that operate in certain states, and then in certain regions, we do have other carriers as well. But we are in 22 states, and our carriers are all listed on our webpage on the map. So you no longer have to say that you can't help clients if their commercial auto is getting non-renewed or they're looking for a market. You've got one now. We're licensed in 22 states. Chances are we're in one that you're in. And if you've got a book of business or a niche or you need help in another state, just let us know and let's talk about it, because if it makes good business sense for us, I'd be more than happy to consider getting licensed, and obviously the carrier has to partner with us in additional states. If you want to get a hold of us, you can always just shoot me a text. Number is 607-246-7277, and one of us will answer your question, and I'll make sure that that question comes right to me. Some of the targeted classes that we're helping are contractors, wholesalers, distributors, retailers. I'll get into them one by one now, starting with contractors. We're looking for your artisan contractors, your painters, carpenters, refrigeration guys, your roofers. You know, roofers are always tough. You know, we write the GL on them, by the way. We've got a market for that in several states, but nobody wants the roofers or even the pool installers. So if you have to go to a special market with either one of those classes and they need a market for the monoline auto, same goes with the alarm installers, we can help you out, okay? Think of all the Sprinter vans and box trucks you see on the road. Let me give you a little sales tip. When you're driving down the road, you can ask, I'm sorry, that's another screen. Ask your contractor card, your contractor clients for the business auto. Ask your larger contractors asking for certificates if you can help them out. Certificates are something I hear insurance agents complain about all the time. I always saw them as a sales opportunity, because when you give it, every time you issue a certificate, the certificate holder could be another prospect. If it's a building owner or another contractor, there's another way to write more insurance. Wholesalers. We love to write wholesalers, whether it's food, beverage, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, auto parts, paper goods, electrical and plumbing, household goods, furniture, building materials. You see the list there, many, many more. We're generally good to 45,000 pounds. I'll get into the underwriting in a little bit. The appetite for wholesalers is huge. We want to talk about these. Send us these applications. Retailers, furniture, electronics, household goods, building materials, auto parts, many more. All sorts of companies now that deliver. Let's talk about it. We are not a market for the 17-year-old delivering pizza, so sorry I can't help you with that. But we are looking for many, many classes of retail commercial auto. Contract carriers. Now, I said small segments of the trucking industry we could look at. I think we all understand the difference between a common carrier, which would be like a trucking company who hauls for just about anybody, or a contract carrier who is contracted with one particular entity. We can look at these on a case-by-case basis. For example, in the New York area, we see applications for people who are contracted to PC Richards, which is an electronics store, Raymore and Flanagan, which is a furniture store up and down the East Coast. We see a lot of those, and they're contracted exclusively with one carrier. We can take a look at that class. Some other classes we're seeing a lot of, unarmed security guards. Saw about a 50 vehicle fleet come in this morning for pest control. Now, we've got to be careful there. We want tankless ones. We don't want big tanks of pesticides running up and down the highway. We're looking for the dry or mixed on premises. We'll also write private passenger vehicles for fleets that are registered to corporations. What we're not looking for is, the dentist who doesn't want to pay the premium for his 19-year-old kid, so he puts it on a business auto. We're looking for actual private passenger fleets that belong to a business. Okay, the independent distributor program is something that is a unique niche market. We can give up to 2 million CSL. By the way, we can write up to 2 million CSL with our national carrier for other classes of business as well. So they're writing many different types of independent distributors. Some examples are listed. Boar's Head, Pepsi, Coke, Red Bull, Snap-on Tools, Utz Potato Chips, and more. And if you've got one you're not sure about, you can email or text one of our underwriters, and we'll be more than happy to look it up for you. Now, a little sales tip. If you drive past one of these, or any other commercial vehicle that you think might be eligible for one of our programs, and please don't do this if you're driving. Have somebody else do it. But snap a picture of the door where it gives you the identity of the truck. Very often you're going to see the motor carrier number, and then you can look that up on safersys.org, and you can get all their insurance information. You'll know who their current carrier is, you'll know the X date, you'll know the limits, and very often you can cross-reference and find out the other vehicles that they own. But it's going to make prospecting for commercial auto a lot easier. So, how do we get the best rates and the fastest quotes for you and your clients? And I have to tell you, the details really matter. I'll go through it, but the reason we ask for as much information as we do is we want to give you the best price the first time. I don't think any of us like to play that game back and forth. We want to get you the best price we possibly can. So please, a complete submission the first time. We quote non-fleet business in-house. However, the fleets go out to the carriers, and every time we have to restart the application for missing info, we go to the bottom of the pile. It's not good for our relationship with the carrier, our relationship with you, and especially your relationship with your client. We don't want to mar that. Fleets do require 3 years of currently dated loss runs within the past 30 days. 5 vehicles and up constitute a fleet. We do have a fleet submission form that is required by our national carrier. It is available on our website at shenangobrokers.com. By the way, we write many other lines of business. The supplemental apps for all of our carriers are on our website, and you can tell who the other carriers are from the map. When you're writing commercial auto, if the application or the applicant has workers' comp in place, please let us know that. It can mean significant discounts. Tell us about safety equipment on the vehicles, anti-lock brakes, airbags, theft devices. It all makes a big difference. If it's a fleet or a larger business and they have a formal safety program in place, send along a copy. That can get us significant credits when we're rating a fleet. Be specific on the vehicle usage. Don't assume that we know. Is it a service vehicle? Is it commercial use, et cetera? What are they doing? We don't need MVRs. Our national company doesn't charge for MVRs, which is nice. But if you have them, it gives us the ability to determine up front the eligibility. So if you have a current MVR, please send us along, because it's going to help us overall, help all of you deliver quotes back to you much faster. We're not a market for long-haul trucking or tractor trailers. Some of the common info we're missing, and I do have one of our underwriters on the phone. She'll be available during the question and answer program. That's Dawn McLennan. Many of you have worked with her, but some of the common info that we see missing every time, and it impacts eligibility, and it really, bottom line, impacts price, and it impacts getting your quote back to you as quickly as we like to. Prior coverage information, very, very important. And the radius of the vehicles. We can't assume they're all local. We'd love to, but we can't. We have to rate them properly. Gross vehicle weight. It's not always searchable by VIN. Very often, I know some of the carrier programs pick all of that up. It doesn't always work. So we need the gross vehicle weight. The body type. It gives us a lot of information about the risk, what they're doing with the vehicles, and most importantly, proper rating. Years in business. Helps with credit, helps with, when I say credit, I mean on fleets, et cetera. It gives us underwriting, trackability, et cetera, that we need to know. So please don't leave that out. As I mentioned before, let us know if the employees are covered by comp. Please, a target premium. We don't want to waste your time or ours. We want to get it as close as we can, and if we possibly can't, we want to let you know that too. We want to do it quickly and up front. And we need loss runs on every fleet. We can't proceed without them, so we need to have the loss runs. And please, again, the safety equipment, I realize it seems like a minor detail, but again, sometimes it's not picked up in the VIN. So if you know that there's anti-lock brakes and airbags, et cetera, let us know, because we've seen this make, particularly in urban areas where rates are high, it makes a significant difference in the price. Lead time. Non-fleet, we can usually quote the same within an hour. If you give us all the information, you'll get it back the same day. I want to address something for our friends on the West Coast or even the middle of the country. We're very much aware of the fact that we close at 5 o'clock Eastern time. The good news is that you get your quotes first thing in the morning before you get there if you send them in late in the afternoon. The better news is we're very much aware of this, and for our next underwriting hire, we are actually going to look for somebody who will be either to be located on the West Coast or work from the East Coast to work flexible hours, but we are getting ready to address that. Fleets, we need under 25 units, we're going to need 24 to 48 hours, and that's from the time we have all the information. Fleets over 25 units, 7 to 10 business days, and we appreciate having more than that, please, if possible. I think 7 to 10 business days on a fleet that size is pretty good, and again, that's from the time we have all the info. So, Shenango gives you the competitive edge. We have fast in-house quotes, complete submissions, ease of communicating with us. You can call us, 1-800-403-3738. You can email any one of our employees directly. Their emails and direct phones are all on our website. And you can live chat, you can text, you can talk to us through Facebook Messenger, Instagram, direct messenger, texting, however is most convenient for you. We have certain, for certain non-auto lines, we do offer some direct online quoting and sub-produce appointments with some carriers. Our marketing rep, Jamie Depot, will be very happy to talk talk to you about that. Again, if you want to talk about anything like that, you can text us 607-246-7277. We quote fast and we pay commissions even faster. We pay all direct bill commissions on the first Friday of the month after we receive them. We don't charge access fees. We don't charge monthly fees. We just want to do business with you. We have no premium commitments, and our contract states that you own the business. How to get started? By the way, we will quote for you prior to signing up. We're more than happy to do a quote, but we have to have a contract in place with E&O, et cetera, licensing, W-9, before we'll bind coverage. If you have a question, pick up the phone and call us, 1-800-403-3738, and I do that right now before your competitor does. You can text us, 607-246-7277. You can email a quote into us at quotes@shenangobrokers.com. You can live chat with us on our website at shenangobrokers.com. And to sign up, which would be the smartest thing that you could do today for yourself, your agency, and your clients, would be www.shenangobrokers.com/sign-up. And again, you don't have to be signed up to get a quote. So thank you. We're a couple of things here, and then we're going to open it up for questions. There's an added bonus just for attending today. I've written a new white paper called Itching for Niching. We're going to email that to you along with a copy of the recording. An extra bonus, I feel like a game show host here today. Text your full name and the word book to 607-246-7277. And you do that now, and we will send you a link to download a copy of my ebook, Follow the Money, to your Kindle. And with that, we're going to open it up for questions. If the moderator could please give you just a couple of seconds here. If she's got questions, she can read the questions, and then either Don McLennan, who's a longtime employee and underwriter at Shenango Brokers, will answer them for you. Moderator?
Okay. Yes, John, I have, one of the questions was, who do you use for commercial auto? So what markets do you use?
Oh, certainly. Our national carrier for the monoline commercial auto is somebody's no stranger to commercial auto, and that's Allstate. And they want all the eligible commercial auto we can write. We do offer Nat Gen in a few states, and depending on your part of the country, we also have some regions. We do have, carriers like AmTrust and Hartford, but we only write auto with them as part of a package. And by the way, we do write many other lines of business besides commercial auto.
Okay. It looks like Dave had a question. Maybe this is directed towards Dawn. It's, do you write dump trucks either standalone or as a part of a fleet?
We can consider monoline dump trucks more in the upstate or New York region, New York, New Jersey, maybe Connecticut. We can also do as part of a fleet. It has to be one dump truck for every 3 vehicles.
Don, what about other states?
Other states, it just has to be part of the fleet.
Okay, so the monoline, we have a market in that in the Northeast region that we don't offer in other states for a monoline dump truck.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Is there any other question?
Yeah, we have a lot, so let me just see
Good.
what we can do.
Yeah, and again, we will we will get all the email questions you've put in there. We will answer you probably today. We'll do our best to get back to you today. We want your business.
Okay, this one's maybe for either you or Dawn, probably. It's that Susan says, I have a food wholesaler whose fleet is 23 vehicles, but 2 of the vehicles have a gross vehicle weight of 52,000 pounds. Can you write the heavier vehicles as part of the fleet?
We can consider on a case-by-case basis. The company that we use does go up to 45,000 GVW, but they will look at the higher ones on a case-by-case basis. And they do require a 33% heavy, extra heavy vehicle ratio. So basically one heavy, extra heavy for every 3 vehicles.
Don, can we ever look at a vehicle that's ineligible that they place elsewhere? Do we have the ability to exclude that and offer symbol 7 only on our policy?
The carrier does not like to have separate policies. They like to have it all on one. But if it is just a one vehicle, they might consider letting us do that.
Case by case basis.
Yeah.
Well, limits, etc. Okay. All right. I just wanted to ask. Came up the other day. Are there any other questions?
Yeah. Okay, here's one. It's from Tom. He said, I'm looking for a market for non-emergency medical transit. One of my producers is looking for a market for Amazon delivery. Can you help us?
I'm going to take that. Let me say I have bad news and hopeful news. On the non-emergency medical transport, we don't have a market. In fact, I don't know anybody who does. With respect to, I call it last mile delivery business, whether it's Amazon or FedEx or DHL. I am in talks with a carrier right now who is talking about opening this up. I don't have an ETA. I'm not starting rumors. I won't tell you who the carrier is. You can still email me, but I'm not going to tell you. But believe me, when it's ready, we'll let the marketing machine go. I've been known to send an email or two, and we'll get the word out for sure.
Okay. Great. Hopefully that answered his questions.
Yeah, I just can't say who it is. I'm not starting rumors. It's a tight market, but I'm working on something.
Okay. And we'll let them know when that,
yes,
if and when that comes available. Jennifer said, I have a lot of non-fleet commercial auto business in that company that starts with the P, if you know what I mean. Is it possible to send you a copy of last year's applications and you can just quote it from there, or do I have to send you all new Accord forms?
Okay, I think we probably know which company that is. And on smaller risks, I think we can probably do that for like 1 or 2 vehicles, but I'm going to let Dawn talk about that.
Yes, we can certainly take a look at the deck page. We just ask that if you can please make sure, if it's not listed on the deck page, if you could write it on the cover sheet or someplace on the deck, make sure the nature of business, how the vehicle's used, the radius, the driver and the owner's information, as well as a full garaging address, because these can be omitted from the deck pages. And as long as we have that information, we should be able to quote off of the deck page.
And last year's application is always helpful. So, if you've got what you need quick and you can give us all that extra information, we'll do our best to accommodate you and not back and forth for missing info. But we'll try. Okay. Again, the big thing, especially when we do that and we don't have complete apps, we don't want to miss discounts. So I know, like with that particular company that was asked, we looked at one, I think it was yesterday, and we knew about the airbags, the anti-lock brakes, the anti-theft. We had everything we needed once the agent hand wrote 3 or 4 pieces of info.
What's your last name, and I will get your local agent's number.
Are there any other questions?
Someone had asked before I saw it, how much commission do we pay? I'm not sure if maybe you can answer that.
Sure. First of all, there's no fixed commission. There's various commissions per product, per company, but they're all posted on our website at shenangobrokers.com. Generally, commercial auto is 10% new and renewal. If there are exceptions, they're posted on the website. Somebody actually just emailed me directly a question. I'm frazzled here. They asked if we are on the Apps network for submitting applications. Not yet, but probably within the next week to 2 weeks. We have agreed to participate. We have a couple of more things we need to get to them, but we will be on the Apps network very quickly. And that's a great question. Thanks, Sam, for asking. Amy, we have time for one more, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe two, I don't know, but go ahead.
Okay. Someone asked again, I guess, if you write trucking. So I don't know if maybe you or Dawn can answer that question.
I'm gonna let Dawn do that because she's the person who always asks.
Okay.
We can consider trucking in the Northeast region. We can do up to a 300-mile radius. They do have to have 3 years in business with commercial insurance. It's primarily in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut. For the box trucks, straight trucks, those type of vehicles.
Okay. And can we do the box trucks and straight trucks in any other states?
We can consider, but it would be the National General with the 250,500 split limit rating, which will not be able to get the filings that they do need if they need them.
Right.
So that probably won't be a good option.
Right. If they're intrastate and they otherwise qualify, we might be able to help them. But and don't forget, we can write on a case-by-case basis contract, but not common carriers. How many more questions do you have, moderator?
It looks like there's probably 5 or 6 more, but I think, we can send those to you and then you can get back to everyone. And for anyone, if you didn't get your questions answered, again, you can email us at quotes@shenangobrokers.com. And then we can also, you can text us as well. And that number is 607-246-7277.
All right. Dawn and my moderator friend, actually, I'm going to give my moderator friend a quick little plug. It'll help all of you. I should have introduced her earlier. Amy Bryan does all of my marketing for Shenango Brokers. She owns a company called Agency Marketing Pro. You can find her online. Or we'd be happy to give you her contact info. She moderated our questions today, and it's been a huge asset to us over the years, and she helps agencies across the country. We happen to be her only wholesaler, and hope to keep it that way, but she does help agencies all over the country with various forms of online marketing, and she is fantastic at social media. Amy, thank you. Dawn, I will thank you also for 20 years of wisdom, brilliance, hard work, and it's a pleasure to work with you. So thank you everyone for your time today. Have a great day.